Hi, my name is Buddy, and I've been here in Zambia, Southern Africa for the last 4 years. Captain Pritham and me, we've been good friends, associates, we've done programs together. So when he told me some time ago about this Will Boot Camp, I knew it should be good because Captain Pritham has been offering programs that are fantastic and transformative. But I wanted to know more because it sounded something unusual. I also reflected at that time on a quote that I'm fairly familiar with, which goes, all that man potentially possesses can be manifested only as a result of his volition. Volition being another word for will. And I knew that there were big gaps between what I wanted to do and what I wanted to achieve on a personal level and work, family, and of course, the outcome or the results. So I thought this would be an excellent opportunity now to especially in a program mentored by someone who's very familiar with how to deliver excellent content and materials. But also it would be together with a group. So then, the peer influence, sharing, learning together, walking along this path. And I wasn't sure what I would get from it, but I took the leap of faith. And also because I was familiar with, as I said earlier, with the programs Captain Pritham offered. So then I joined, and at first it was difficult, and I realized that, of course, this was a challenge to my will, to stay the course. As time went by, I realized that it was knowing that something is good for you, like exercise or a balanced diet, versus practicing it, there's a huge gulf. And the missing link, of course, or the rubber band that keeps them apart, is willpower. And if one can conquer one's will, then one can conquer anything that. So then, over the course of the program, I realized that it's a profound set of capabilities. It has to be approached very systematically. I would recommend to anyone to do it, not once, not twice, but over a longer period of time, till one gains mastery, or at least a higher level of competence in managing one's will, and also identifying the things that take willpower away from you. We are surrounded by distractions and diversions, and I think in previous generations it was a lot easier, but today the challenges are so much more intense. So our willpower has to be commensurate with that. And I think nothing is really helping these days when it comes to contemporary education, because education is, like there's so much of pressure. Again, there are so many diversions and things like that. So it has to be addressed. The need has to be addressed systematically. And to enter a program where you're doing it together with a group of people is a very profound and, I would say, necessary life skill. I should also mention that it's helped me so much at a personal level. As I was sharing earlier, if I decide to do an intermittent fasting for a week in a month, it just comes so much more naturally to me. I can sit at the table with my family and not eat and sit with them and chat and be perfectly okay with it. Eat 16 or 18 hours later. Or in my work, to stay the course even when things are very difficult, I can definitely feel the Will Boot Camp and reflections on it have helped me tremendously. We are working in some really difficult areas here, trying to build capacity with rural populations, trying to bridge the gap to make quality education accessible to the larger population here in Zambia. And often I feel like just giving up because there's so many milestones to cross, so many hurdles. But I think the Will Boot Camp and reflecting deeply on developing one's will has helped me a lot. In fact, I have been asking Captain Pritham if he can structure, a program so that we can offer it in small increments over a period of time for learners the primary, secondary school levels, but also at the tertiary levels, and of course for people in general. And I think we are working towards that slowly. But also, as I look at the content that he keeps putting out, the experience that he's developing along the way, I think I've connected with a fantastic facilitator for this effort or journey that we hope to undertake, to integrate